Welcome in, everyone. We are going to be doing geometry today. Happy Friday. It's almost the weekend. Let's go. Let's go. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday today. Thank you for the share, Chantel. All right, can everybody double tap their screens? Can we get to 5K likes? And we're going to start. So if you know anybody that's struggling with geometry, please share this live with them. And also, I do post all my lives on my YouTube page. So if you're not able to stay on the whole time, go over there, check it out at Impact Math 19. So it says find the measure of each interior angle, okay? So what we're going to do first is we're going to find out how much is the interior. So we do that by using a formula, which is n minus 2 times 180, okay? And the n stands for the number of sides of the polygon, okay? So we would have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would substitute this in, and we put 4. So we would get 4 minus 2 times 180, and 2 times 180 is going to give us 360, okay? Every quadrilateral always has a sum of 360, okay? That's just something you just memorize. Every four-sided shape has a equal to 360 degrees. So now that we know that, what we can do is we can add up all our angles and set it equal to our total. So we're going to do 2x minus 8 plus an x plus x plus 10 plus 3x minus 6. And we're going to set that equal to 360. All right. Now, this is why they say you need algebra, right? Before you take geometry usually. Because now we're going back to our solving equation skills that we get from the algebra class. And so we have 2x plus an x plus an x. And then we have this plus 3x, okay? We also are going to have this. Geometry is beautiful. I love it. Yes, mastery. It is negative 8 plus 10 minus 6, okay? So we're going to combine those like terms. So 2 plus 1 is going to be, what is that? 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 x's. Okay, if we add up all our yellows, that's 7 x's. And then if we have negative 8 plus 10, that's going to give us a positive 2, because 10 minus 8 is 2. And then we would have 2 minus 6. So 2 minus 6 is a negative 4, okay, equals to 360. All right, put it in the chat. What do we do next? How do we solve next? What do we have to do? Thank you for the double taps, you guys. What are we going to do next? Let me see it in the chat. How do we solve for x? Thank you, Angel, for the follow. Jazzy said add 4. Hey, Jazzy. Welcome back, hon. Thank you. Thank you. Ari said add 4. Remy said add 4. Wonderful. Yes. So we're going to add 4 to both sides. And then we get 7x equals 364. Perfect. Yes, hello. Hey, Cassie. Hey, user. Good morning. Good morning back to you, love. So now we're going to divide both sides by 7. And we get x equals, it's a good day when I'm going live this early, okay? And it's quiet. Nobody's crying. Let's go. So x equals 52. Okay. Now we have to be careful because this is the trickery about geometry. Usually we're so happy that we just found an answer, but you have to understand the directions because it didn't say find x. It said find the measure of each interior angle, right? So we have to find each angle. So we're going to do angle L equals 52 degrees, okay? We need to find angle M. Can anybody tell me how do we find angle M? What do we do to find angle M? Thank you, Lady T, for sharing the live. Plug that 52 back in. Sherry Brown, yes, plug it in for the X. Yes, Jazz. So, and then Sherry said it would be 2 times 52 minus 8. Beautiful. Yes. So, and we're going to use a calculator, okay? So 52 times 2, and then we're going to subtract 8 from that. So let's go back, subtract 8, and we get 96. Okay, so that's angle M. Then we're gonna do angle K, because we're gonna do 52 plus 10, and that's gonna give us 62. Now we can plug in here, but let's just say you're not good at plugging in. So what you can do is just add up these angles and subtract it from the 360, because that angle J has to be what's left. So we could do 360 minus 52 minus 96 minus 62. And our answer is going to be 150. Let's just double check that. So if I plug in 3 times 52 minus 6, yep, it gives me 150. Can I use that calculator in the exam? It would all depend on your user. It would all depend on your teacher, or your, like, if you're in college, it would just depend on like the syllabus, what calculators, some calculators you can use, some calculators you can't. So it just all depends. I know for the ACT, they provide you an online calculator that's similar to this. It's actually better. So it just all depends. All right, let's do number 2, okay? So first, we need to figure out how much this is equal to. How much is all our angles equal to, interior? And we get that, again, by using this formula, n minus 2 times 180, okay? So we have to count our sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 2, 4, 5. So this is a pentagon, okay? It has 5 sides. So we're going to do 5 minus 2 times 180. 3 times 180 gives us, I believe, 540. Should. Because all pentagons should add up to 540. Let's just double check me. 3 times 180. Yep, 540. All right, now. Oh, you're so welcome, user. So now I'm gonna write the equation out, and you guys tell me, is it correct or is it wrong? Thank you, JK, so much for the rose, hon. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. So we're gonna do x plus 2x minus 20 plus 2x plus 10 equals 540. Is that correct? Yes or no? Let me see it in the chat. Is that equation correct? Did I add up all the sides? Is it a yes or is it a no? Good. Okay, I see a no come through. No, Yara said no. Hey, welcome back, Yara. You missed the 2 right angles. Yes, Jazzy. Correct. So this symbol means something. This means something. And like what Jazzy said, this is 90 degrees. That's a right angle there. So here you have 90 degrees and you also have 90 degrees. So really we have to do plus 90 plus 90. Or we could have did plus 180. But I just want to show step by step, okay? Good. So now what we can do is we can combine like terms. We have an x, we got a 2x, we have another 2x, right? And then we have here a negative 20 plus 10 and all that's like, okay. So 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5x. Then we have 180 plus 10 is 190 minus 20. So 190 minus 20 is 170. And then we're going to set that equal to 540. Okay. Tell me, what do we do next? What do we have to move? Put it in the chat. What do we have to move? Thank you for the share. Get rid of the X. Ooh, subtract this 170. Good. So we can't get rid of the X because there's no X over here. So what we can do is we can get rid of this 170 because these are like terms, but we have to do the inverse. So we're going to subtract 170 to both sides first because this is a two-step equation. Then we drop down our 5X. And then we have 540 minus 170 is going to give us 370. And our last step always, Sherry Brown, yes, divide by 5 to both sides. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to divide by 5 because whenever you have a number attached to a variable, they're multiplied. To undo that, you divide, okay? Because that's the opposite of multiplication. So 370 divided by 5 gives us 74. Am I done? Am I done? Taishia, I see you. 74, beautiful. Are we done? Can we move on? Or do we still have some? No. Good. No, plug it in. Exactly. So many students get this part wrong because they forget what the directions ask them to do. It says find the measure of each interior angle. And that's the part about geometry. It's like, man, I made it to the X. In algebra, you make it to the X, you're usually done. I made it to the X. I made it to the X. Geometry says we're going past that. This is not algebra. We're going past that, and you have to usually plug in a lot. So angle D equals 74. Okay, I'm going to do angle C. You guys tell me the answer for angle E. Somebody tell me the answer for angle E, please. So angle C is going to be 2 times 74 minus 20. And so 2 times 74 equals 148. And we're going to minus 20. We get 128 degrees. Good. Okay. So we got 158. Thank you, Howard. Hayward. 158. Does anybody disagree with that? So we would do 2 times 74 plus 10 and get 158. Anybody get anything different? And then technically we would say angle A is 90, right? Angle B equals 90. So we have said literally what all the angles. Thank you, Stay Silent, for the rose. Thank you, thank you. Oh, somebody said, I don't remember none of this. Angle A, you missing a 0? Oh, thank you, Jazzy. Thank you. 90. Yes, not 9 degrees. It's 90. Thank you. Thank you, Jazzy. Oh, no, Vincent, it's not. Once you understand, like, what you're doing, it's really like, okay, I'm just combining, like, terms. Oh, no. I'm giving a lot of people anxiety. No. All right. That is not my purpose at all, to bring back bad memories. All right, so let's go here, okay? So the first one, let's talk about it. The first page we had convex polygons, okay? Now these are, okay, so on the other page, let me go back because I really want you guys to understand the difference here, okay? And it just helps for my visual learners. Okay, so these angles are inside the polygon. See how his little arrow? So technically this 2x minus 8 is inside, okay? These are interior angles because they're inside the polygon. Now, if we go here, if we look here, right? These are exterior. They're not inside the shape. They're outside angles. So there's a different formula that says if you add up all the exterior angles, it's always equal to 360, no matter what. Okay, and some of my students, a lot of my students get that confused. Like they'll start doing the interior angle and you have to stop because these are not inside. They're outside of the polygon. So just be aware of that. When they give you exterior angles, you add them up. So we're going to do 2x plus 2x plus 1 plus x plus 5 plus 3x plus 2. And we're going to set that equal to 360. Okay. All right. Let's combine. Let's do some combining. So we have a 2x here, a 2x here, 1x, a 3x. What do we get? Can you guys put it in the chat? Oh, good. You're learning this right now. This helps. Thanks. Wonderful. Awesome. Can everybody double tap the screen for me? Thank you for all the shares. Thank you for all the follows. We got 8x plus 8. 8x, 8x. Good. So we have 8x. And then we have 5 plus 2 plus 1. Beautiful. Somebody told me already this adds up to 8. So we have plus 8 equals 360. All right. Remember, I have to move this 8 before I do anything to this. Oh, somebody had a great question. So, Cruz said, isn't it the formula for exterior angles is n plus 2 times 180? No. So if you're thinking about this formula where it says n minus 2 times 180 for interior, let's just see, because I don't want to say no. Let's see if we get it, because it should equal to 360. That's all I know. And I think if you're adding up all the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you do 4 plus 2 times 180, that would give you 364, which is not 360. So that's why that doesn't work. Great question, Cruz. So if you're virtual, you're saying, is it n plus 2? Thank you so much, user, for the roses. Times 180. See, if I did 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Plus 2 times 180. This would give me 360, and then I would add 4. It would be off because 360 plus 4 equals 364. 364, which is not 360. So that doesn't work for exterior angles. Great question. Good. So we minus 8. And then we get 8x equals 360 minus 8 is going to be 352. Divide by 8. And we divide that by 8. And we get 44. So x equals 44. Now, 44 degrees. Are we done? Are we done in this case? Yes, Nate. No. Okay, I see the no saying that we're not done. But, okay, why are we not? Daisy said yes, plug them in. Okay, let's talk about that. It says find the value of x in each diagram. Find the value of x. We found the value of x. So we are done. This is the tricky part about geometry because we come accustomed, like we did this whole page, right? Where we're like, oh, we have to find each interior angle. So we're just like, okay, we're just finding it, right? But if we don't slow down and we don't read what it actually wants us to do, we'll start wasting time on a test and doing stuff that we don't even need to do. Does that make sense, you guys? Yes, Nari. Yes, reading is fundamental. You got us. Yes. True. Yes, good. All right, so we did all that the directions asked us. Thank you, EA, for the heart me. Thank you. Okay, so let's go to number 2. So where did n and 360 come from? No, I was answering question here. So this has nothing to do. I was explaining why this is not the formula for exterior angles. The 360 came from, there's a theorem that says all exterior angles add up to 360. That's a theorem that you learn in geometry. Okay. Good, 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 good. All right, let's go to number 2. So here we have where we're going to add up all our exterior angles. So we're going to do x plus 2x plus x plus 10 plus x plus 18 plus 3x plus x minus 1. Okay, so I went this way, made sure I got everything, circle back, equals 360. All right. Can you guys put it in the chat? How do we simplify the left side? How do we simplify it? What do we get? Jazzy said 9x. Beautiful, Jazzy. Does anybody disagree? Does anybody get anything differently? Yes, unknown. That is so true. Good morning, Princess. Oh, Princess, thank you so much. And congratulations, Princess. If you're the princess that left that beautiful message on my YouTube channel, if you did the ASVAB and said you grew your score to a 61, I want to say congratulations. I'm so very happy for you. Beautiful. If that is you. Okay. So we got 9x minus 27, 9x plus 27. Ooh. So we have the 9x because nobody's getting anything differently. Oh, we get minus and plus. So let's see. 10 plus 18 gives us 28. We have 28 minus 1. 28 minus 1 is a positive 27. We're going to set that equal to 360. No worries. Make the mistakes in here, right? That's how we learn. Good morning, Miss T. Good morning, Princess. Love watching your lives. I'm a freshman and in college level and solving college level problems. Wonderful, Hayden. Congrats. Okay, so minus 27 to both sides. Minus 27. I hope your math classes are going wonderful for you. Well, actually all your classes, right? Because college be going by like in a blink. It's like, oh, this test. But it's kind of fun when you meet people that are like in your major. I miss that dorm life, right? Bonding. It's nothing like it. Divided by 9, 37. X equals 37. And that right there, you guys, is our beautiful answer. So how did you get the 27? Great question, Rosa. We got the 27 by combining all our oranges, because those are like terms. So we did 10 plus 18, which gave us 28. And then we dropped down this minus 1. And 28 minus 1 gives us a plus 27. So that's how we got the plus 27. We got the 9x by adding up all our x's in the yellow. So 1 plus 2 is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great question. Oh, thank you so much for the roses. Shire, thank you, thank you. Okay, any other questions? This was great. I see those questions. Thank you for the shares. We're at 6.5K. Can everybody double tap their screen for me? Can we get to 10K? I'm going to double tap. Oh, you're so welcome. These lives are helping me get through high school. Oh, thank you, Hayden. Okay. All right. So let's keep on going. Okay. So now, okay, so this is a parallelogram, okay? It says use this parallelogram PQRS to find each measure. So we have to know a little bit about the properties of a parallelogram. So one, let's first explain what a parallelogram is, right? So the properties, what do we know about a parallelogram? Can you put it in the chat? Thank you for the double taps. Thank you for all the shares. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the gifts. It's 463 of us in here this morning. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you. So what do we know about parallelograms? They are parallel. Okay. Opposite sides equal length. Beautiful. Thank you, Maria, for the rose. So opposite sides are congruent. Beautiful. They are also parallel. Good, you guys. So this side is parallel to this side, and this side is parallel to that. Okay. How did you retain and remember all these math rules? Oh, I'm a math teacher, so that's why. If I wasn't doing it, I would have never remembered. Like, I'm so mad. I used to be so good in when I used to tutor in college with chemistry, and then I went to high school and I've been teaching algebra and geometry, and now some of my calculus skills are slipping. So I'm like, oh, I need to start using it. Oh, thank you, Shani. So opposite angles are equal. Yes, let's go, Sip. Yes, opposite angles. So this angle and this angle are congruent, and this angle and this angle are congruent. Now that we know that, now we can do some playing, right? So it says the measure of angle R. Ooh, we're going to skip this because nobody gave me the property for this. James. Okay, James. So James said, we're not going to skip it because James just said, now we can do 180 minus 28. Well, yes, because opposite angles are congruent, you guys. But since this is a straight line, right? We know straight lines add up to 180. So this angle, so let's say this was A and this was B. A plus B has to equal 180 because it's a straight line. So that's how come we can find this out by doing, whenever you see this is called measure. This is an angle R, okay? That's what that means. This is what this terminology means. So the measure of angle R is, we can find it by doing 180 minus 128 because we know that these angles here are supplementary. They add up to 180, okay? So do these, so do these, so do these, okay? So 180 minus 128 is going to be 52 degrees. Okay. All right. It says find side QR. So how much does this side have to be? Can anybody put it in the chat? How much is side QR? Yes. Geometry is such an important key to some trig stuff. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, James. 180, 180, 180. Ooh, 333. Okay, I'm so glad that we're getting 180 and 3 because let's talk about it. What is the difference between a degree and a side? This is where we have to fully understand. When I said A plus B equals 180, I should have said it's 180 degrees because this is an angle, a flat angle here, versus a side is never degrees. Only angles can be degrees. So I just contradicted myself, right? Because if we look at this is a side. But when we look at this side, we're talking about how much of the degree is that side. A straight angle, listen to the words I said, straight angle is 180 degrees. I didn't say a straight side is 180. A straight angle. So we can't put degrees with the side. But since we just said that opposite sides are congruent, PS, they told us was 3. So QR has to be 3. I hope that explains. I hope that you understand. You understand what I just said. Is there anybody that is still confused on that? We cannot say this is 180 because we're not asking for an angle. We're asking for the side. Okay, yes, confused. Okay. So, okay. So, remember how we talked about the property? These sides are congruent. Opposite sides are congruent in a parallelogram. So if this side is 5, this side has to be 5. If this side is 10, this side has to be 10. It's different from saying an angle. We'll go through it more and more. It'll start clicking, okay? So somebody said QP. Let me see more answers for QP. I did see it in there. Somebody did give me the answer. Let me get some more people. So how much is side QP then? How much is this side? 5, 5, 5, 5. Yes, thank you, Steady, for the heart me. This is 5 because our S is congruent to QP. And since these are opposite sides are congruent, which means equal, this has to be 5 as well. Okay, now we're going back to an angle. Remember, this means angle. So we're looking for degrees. So the measure of angle S, we're looking at this angle. How much does this angle have to be? Good, Mimi. 128, 90, 128, 128, 128. I'm getting some 90s. Okay, so this right here, what I drew, is congruent. It's not this, which is a right angle. This is different from this. This symbol means congruent. And remember what we talked about here? We said opposite angles are congruent. So as soon as we saw Q is 128, angle S also had to be 128 because that's the property of parallelograms. Hey, Sammy, welcome. So does that make sense, you guys? Opposite angles have to be equal. Got it. Good. Good. Hi, heart. Okay. All right, let's keep on going, right? Okay, so it says, find the value of each variable in each parallelogram. Okay, so this is a parallelogram. So we talked about most of the properties of a parallelogram, but I did not see this property, which says the diagonals of a parallelogram, when they intersect, so this side is congruent to this side, and this side is congruent to this side, okay? So how would we set up our first equation for this one? Does anybody know? How would we set up our equation? Oh, good. Oh, well, I'm hoping it's making more sense now for you. Okay, so by us knowing that, oh, wonderful. Okay, Shay said, y minus 7. Jazzy said x plus 6 equals 180. Ooh, okay. So remember, we're dealing with sides. So what I'm saying is this side, this diagonal, is equal to this diagonal. So by us knowing that, this diagonal's y minus 7, we can set it equal to this side of that diagonal, which is 10. Okay, so remember, we cannot mix sides with angles. So that's why we can't set this side equal to 180, because it's a side that we're talking about and not an angle. So that's why we do y minus 7 equals 10. And then we're going to solve it. So we're going to do the opposite of minus, and we're going to do plus 7, and we get y equals 17. Okay, we solved our y variable. Now, so how do we set up the other side? Oh, good. You had the other side? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so the other side was this is equal to this. X plus 6 equals 11. We want to get x by itself. So we're going to subtract 6 to both sides, and x equals 5. Good, you guys. I see those minus and 6 to both sides, and I see the answer coming in. Plus 5. 5 is our answer. Now, since it said find the value of each variable, which just means find the value of each letter that's unknown, we did that. We're done. Okay. Ever since they have been looking for y and x till this day, we haven't found it. We find it all the time. Just 1,000 different million numbers, right? I know Sammy's laughing too. Okay, so the most important thing to understand about this, when you have intersecting diagonals in a parallelogram, this side is equal to this side, and this side is equal to this side. They're congruent to each other, okay? Now let's go here. Remember, we're still doing with parallelograms. So how would we set up this equation? Thank you, David, for the rose. Thank you so much. Yes, it is, user. It is all about learning the rules. And once you got those rules clearly understood, math becomes it becomes easy. Once you understand the rules. G equals D. Good. See? C said angle G is equal to angle D. Yes, because we know opposite angles are congruent. Okay. This means congruent, which means equal. We could say the measure of angle F is equal to the measure of angle H. This equals this. Okay. That's one thing we know. But the problem here is when I put what angle F equals, which is 2y, and I put what angle H equals is 2x plus 11, I'm stuck. I have a y and an x. I can't combine those. Good. So Roger said add up all the angles to 360. But I don't know what this angle is, but I kind of do because I could say this is x minus 5 as well, right? But I would still be in the same problem because even if I add up all the sides, like let's say we did what you said, we do 2y plus x minus 5 plus 2x plus 11 plus, and let's just say we knew this was x minus 5 because they're congruent, equals 360. I still have x's and y's. I can't do anything. I'm stuck. So add angle G and H to equal 180. Let's go, Cassandra. Yes. Remember, we talked about angles. These two angles are supplementary because they're on a straight angle. And since it's a straight angle, these two have to add up to 180. So we can do angle, the measure of angle G, plus the measure of angle H and set it equal to 180. Now let me write this out. X minus 5 plus 2x plus 11 equals 180. Finally, I have an equation with one variable. Now we can go. X plus 2x. Those are like terms, so we can combine those. And we have this negative 5 plus 11 that we can combine. So we're going to get 1x plus 2x gives us 3x. 11 minus 5 gets us plus 6 equals 180. Where did the 180 come from? The 180 came from because this is a straight angle. It's a line, and all straight angles equal 180. That's a theorem. So great question. I hope that clears that up. Yeah, it's whenever you see a straight line, that's how you have to look at it. It's 180. Yep. You're so welcome. So why didn't you subtract the 5 and the 11 by 11? I did 11 minus 5, which got us a positive 6. You know, I don't know what a great book would be. I truly don't know for geometry. I know that I put my kids, and I also have kids that I tutor that do IXL. It's like $5 a month or something cheap like that. And they have a whole geometry section. So if you want to brush up on your skills, I really like that program. So we're going to minus 6 to both sides. I even use it. That's what I'm about to start using for my calculus brush up. Because I'm about to start, I can't lose all my calculus skills after all that, all the tears I put into that class, okay? Calc 3, Calc 2. So I'm about to start relearning, start reteaching, refreshing up on my calculus skills. That's my goal this year. And start posting videos. X equals, so 174 divided by 3 gives us 58. And since we're talking about an angle, I'm going to put the degree. X is 58 degrees. Now, yeah, it is super affordable. Yes, it is. That's why I love it, because it's like not trying to, break the bank of learning. It's doable. Does a straight line have an angle? Yes, David. A straight line has an angle of 180 degrees. So this is what you so this is why they, like, in the beginning, this is a line, right? We can break this line up in half. This is perpendicular, right? Where it says this angle's 90, this angle's 90. Well, if you add these two 90s, it's 180. Or even if you do this, where you start to learn in trig, if you start to break this up, right? This is an obtuse angle. This is a acute angle. If you add these up, it will equal 180. So this is the degree part that's inside here. That's why a straight angle, a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. Great question. All right, am I done? What do we do next? If I'm not done, tell me what to do. What do we do next? Thank you for the follows, you guys. Thank you, everyone. We're at 14.2K. Can we make it to 20K likes? Plug it in. Yes, Breezy. Good, I'm glad you're learning. Why not add the 5 and the 11? So we did add the 5 and the 11, but we have to add the negative 5. So it's like saying somebody borrowed, or it's like you spent $5 and then you put $11 in your bank account before the overdraft fee hit it, right? So you're going to end up with a positive $6. Okay. So yes, we do have to plug this in. And we're going to plug our answer in to this equation, because now we can solve for y. So we're going to get 2y equals 2 times, plug it in, because we said what x equaled, 58 plus 11. And so if we do 58 times 2 plus 11, we get 127. Let me do that again. 58 times 2, 116, yep, plus 11, 127. So then we're going to do 2y Divide that by 2. Divide that by 2. And we get y equals, it's going to be a decimal, 63.5 degrees. And that's our answer. Now, whenever we get decimals, it's kind of like, is it really right? Right? That's where our brain goes. It's like, is it really, I did something wrong. I had to do something wrong. Well, let's check it, okay? Because one thing we do know, this angle H has to be the same as this angle F, right? So if we plug this back in, so if we do 63.5 times 2, we're going to get this angle is equal to 127. Let's see if this angle is 127. Let's just double check. So we would do 2 times 58 plus 11. So 2 times 58 plus 11 equals 127. So since H equals 127, they both equal, we know this answer is 100% correct. Oh, thank you, Jazzy. I'm glad you're here. So would you always, let me see, get that question. So would you always solve for X first? No. See, I'm so glad you asked that. The only reason why we solved for X first is because when we tried to solve like opposite angles this way, we couldn't because we had a Y and an X. And then when somebody said, oh, well, can't we just add up all the angles and set them equal to 360? We would come up with the same problem. We would have Y's and X's and we would be stuck. So we solved for X first because of us being able to combine it first. See, if this was over here, if these were switched, this would have worked. So it just all depends on how they lay it out for you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I hope that makes sense. Great question. Okay. Are all straight lines lines 180 degrees? Yes, they are. All straight lines are 180. That's a theorem. Okay, good. Let's keep on going, okay? All right. So we have some more practice with these parallelograms. Then we're going to jump into rectangles, okay? Which is a little different. All right. Use parallelogram ABCD to find each measure or value. All right. So we want to solve for X. Can anybody tell us how do we solve for X? Oh, and Sarah said in the last problem, do all these equations add up to 360? Let's go back. Oh, yes, they all do, Sarah, because every quadrilateral adds up to 360. So, yes, they do, because all quadrilaterals, all four side polygons add up to 360. Okay, good. So, Jazzy said 2x plus 7 plus 13 equals 180. Oh, Jazzy. Okay, so because we're mixed, remember, we can't mix angles with sides. So I'm glad you did this now so that we can clear it up. Remember, an angle is a degree. See how this doesn't have no degree on it? So these are sides. So in a parallelogram, remember this side here is equal to this side. So we're going to say this 2x plus 7 equals 13 because opposite sides are congruent. Okay, so these degrees are different from sides, so we can't combine them. I hope I'm making sense when I say that. Oh, okay, okay. Good, good. Okay, good. So now when we subtract 7, because it's opposite of plus, we're going to subtract. We get 2x equals 13 minus 7, I believe is 6. And then we're going to divide by 2, and x equals 3. And that is our answer. Good. Yes. There's the x equals 3, Cora. Yes. Okay, good. Now let's solve for y. So how would we set up the y equation? Put it in the chat. How will we set up the y equation? Based off our diagram. Thank you, DB, for the follow. Thank you, everyone, for the comments in the chat. That's why I truly do this. It's because I love the interaction. So I appreciate you guys. 3y minus 8 equals 10. 3y minus 8 plus 10. Good. Remember, opposite sides are congruent. So this side and this side are equal. So we can do 3y minus 8 equals 10. Beautiful. Okay. And now we can solve. So we get 6, 6, 6. You guys get 6 as the answer? We're going to add 8. Good. I see it now. And we're going to drop down our 3y. 10 plus 8 gives us 18. We're going to divide by 3, and y equals 6. Great, you guys. And pay attention, I'm not putting a degree here because we're talking about sides. Thank you for helping get it. Oh, you're so welcome, Tosh. All right, now this is where it starts to get really kind of difficult because a lot of people don't understand what this even is asking for, right? This is like, what does this even mean? So when we learn about angles, the most important part in this three-letter angle is the middle because that's the angle that they're talking about. So it says measure angle AFB. So where did I get F from? You guys, this is what happens when I be writing late at night. I just start making up stuff, okay? Oh, here it goes right here. Okay. Whew. I was like, did I just make up an F? But AFB. So it's asking us for this angle right here. Thank you. Thank you, Elisa. Said in the middle. Thank you, Mad Max. Because I sure enough was not seeing. I'm like, where is it? Okay, I went this way, all the way around, except in the middle. Okay, thank you. So it's here. All right. Now we're dealing with degrees. So we're looking at okay, so tell me, how will we do number 3? Oh, good, user. I'm glad you're understanding. Good, Tosh. Emily Stewart said 131. Stephanie said it's 101. Ooh, okay. We coming up at least with some degrees. 180 minus 49. Let's go, Nani. Yes, Jen. Okay. So because this is a straight angle, right? It's a straight angle. And we said all straight angles add up to 180. So we can do 180 minus this 49. And that will give us our answer. So 180 minus 49 is going to give us 131 degrees. Beautiful. Good. 131. And put that degree sign. Okay, because that's the difference between an angle and a side. Oh, good. I'm glad you're here this morning. We're breaking it through. Good. I'm glad you get it now. Okay. I added up the 59. Stephanie said I added up the 59 and 20. Oh, the 59? Oh. See, the problem is see how this angle D is split? So it's only accounting for half of the angle here It would need to account for the whole angle, Stephanie, in order for that. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Good. I hope that cleared it up why it didn't work in this case, because it's splitting this whole angle. They're split. Okay, good. Good, good, good. All right, so let's do number 4. Okay. So it says find angle ACD. Remember, you look at the middle because that's the angle that they're talking about. So we start with A and then we go CD. So let me highlight what the angle they're talking about. Okay, we're going to do this one in pink. So ACD. So see how it bends here? So they want us to find this angle. All right, so yes, I do one-on-one help. I tutor. So email me at impactmath19@gmail.com if you're looking for tutoring help, okay? Also, if you want to rewatch this video, if you go on my YouTube at Impact Math 19, I always post all my lives over there and you can rewatch, retry. So yeah, you're so welcome. Thank you. So here we have this angle here, okay? So let's see, how would we get this? Well, I'm so glad because Stephanie was just saying this angle, we were just saying this angle split, right? So if this side is 59, this side has to be 59. Okay. If this side is 20, this side has to be 20. Now, there's multiple ways on how you can see this, okay? There's multiple ways. There is no wrong way. There's multiple ways to get to your answer. But this is how my brain is seeing it this morning. All triangles add up to 180, okay? So if we look at triangle BFC, we can find out how much this angle is. And if we find out how much this angle is, then we know that these angles have to be congruent. So we can do that by doing 180 minus 20 minus 49. And that will tell us how much this angle is, which will tell us how much this angle is. Okay, so we get 180 minus 20 minus 49. And that's going to give us 111. So we're going to get 111 degrees for right here, which is then going to lead this to be 111. Now, let me make sure that makes sense. Because like we said, all triangles have to add up to 180, right? So, oh, wait. So if this is 59, we just found angle F, right? Which is 131. That would not make sense. No, it would not, because that would be way more. But, okay, so that wouldn't work, you guys. That's not working. Why is it not working? Why is it not? Why does that not work? It's not working, but I'm trying to think of why it's not. So that doesn't work. But let's go off the information that we just used. If this F is 131, these are called vertical angles, okay? So if these are congruent. So if this is 131, this has to be 131 down here, okay? So then if this is 59, this 59, then we could do 131 plus 59, and we get 190. Okay, maybe this is not split directly even. Maybe that's where I'm thinking it's wrong. Why is my brain going foggy? It's going to get more. Are we wrong on the angle B? Yeah, I think we're wrong on this part too. Maybe these can't be split up. Maybe they're not dissected equally. even though I thought they should be, but maybe I can't assume that. So if this is 131, this is 131, this 49, this has to be 49. What am I not seeing? 49. Okay. This is where I got to go get my book, because I don't want to lead nobody astray. So let me get my geometry book for right now while my brain is like lapsing. Let's see. Let's break it out. This is parallelograms. Give me just a second, you guys, because I'm not going to lead anybody astray. I want to look up the answer real quick. And parallelograms. And this is, where did I get this one from? Oh, it's back here. Okay, 2x, got it. Okay, so x was 3, good. 2 is 6. We're right on the 131. Okay, and they say this has to be 72. So I'm going to write the answer here, 72 degrees. And let's figure out how they got 72. Oh, no, that's not 72. A, C, D. This is 29. Sorry, I'm looking at a different one. This is 29, okay? That's what the answer says it is. It's 29. So let's see why this is 29. Okay, so let's see. So this one has to be 29. So, okay, I'm trying to think of all the properties. This is congruent to this, right? This has to be congruent to this. I'm going to just try something real quick, you guys. Let me try something to see if that's what we get. I don't know if this is right, so I'm just trying it. So this is what I don't know. This is what I don't know. I'm going to put x plus 131 equals 180, okay? Because we don't know these, but I'm assuming that these are isosceles triangles. I'm assuming that. I don't know if 100%, but I'm assuming. So x plus x is 2x plus 131 equals 180. Let's see if I can get it. 180 minus 131 gives us 49. Oh, I think this. Nah, that's not going to be right. That's not going to be right either. That's not right. Can anybody help me? Is any other teachers in there? Hey, Dale. We're doing geometry, and I'm freezing up. We're trying to figure out why this is 29 degrees. I cannot see it for the life of me. Any other teachers? Okay, A. Dover says 180 minus 20 minus 131. Oh my goodness. Thank you, A. Dover. Thank you. Okay, now my math skills started coming back. I don't know why I froze up like that. Sometimes that happens, though. Your brain just leaves you. Okay. There's the thing that we learn. Alternate interior angles. Somebody said, look up. Thank you. I needed to look up. Alternate interior angles. We learned that before we learned this section. Does anybody understand alternate interior? If this side is 20, this side has to be 20. Alternate interior. If this side is 59, this side has to be 59. See, I was looking at these being congruent. They're not congruent. They are alternate interior angles. Okay, so now we back on track. Thank you. Thank you, A. Roger. Thank you. So since these are alternate interior angles, they are congruent. Okay, yes. Oh, don't feel bad. Mine has frozen over 40 years. Oh, thank you, Dale. Thank you. Okay, so now that's why this is 20. That's why this is 59. Because I was like, how does that even gonna make sense? Okay, now we can find this by doing 180, because all triangles add up to 180. So we could do 180 minus 131 minus 20. And that is going to give us the 29 degrees that we need right here. Whew, I know I led y'all astray. Thank you for hanging with me through that, okay? Sometimes that happens in math, though. Now we can solve for A and C. Yes, now we can, user. Yes, we can. So does everybody understand why this is 59 and not 20? These are alternate interior angles. Okay, just wanted to make sure you understand that. All right, so let's find DAB. Okay, so let me get a different color. So let's get purple. So DAB. Okay, so we're looking for this whole entire angle right here. Okay, so we're looking for DAB. All right, nah, it happens, but we knew you could guide us back. Oh, thank you. I live seeing you freeze made me feel okay, but not seeing it too. Oh, yeah. No, for real. Because, when you get your degree in math and then you think like, oh, you just have this like, I'm supposed to know. But sometimes in real life, us teachers we forget or we just don't know. Like sometimes it just doesn't connect. And I think when we show that vulnerability, it makes people okay to want to learn first off because they say, oh, she's not perfect, right? I'm not perfect. It just opens us all up. So we all get that feeling. We all see like, oh, frozen. We all need somebody else to help us unlock it. So that's wonderful. All right. So we know that this now is 29. We can find this angle, you guys, by doing 180 minus 49 minus 59. And once we find this angle, when we add these two, it has to equal this. That's one way we could do it. I mean, there's multiple ways to get there, right? So 180 minus 49 minus 59. We get a 72 here. So what I'm saying is, since opposite angles are congruent, we should be able to do 29 plus 72. And that should give us this whole angle here. So plus 29, and we get 101 degree. Let me double check that in the answer. Yes, that is the correct answer. 101 degrees. Thank you, Jackie. Yes. Yay. Yes. We're here for it. Any questions on this one? Remember, we said opposite angles are congruent. So since we knew that this was 29, it would be quicker for us to say, I only need this piece here by doing 180 and then adding them. Any questions on here? Oh, thank you, Lucy. Thank you. All right, let's go to the last one. So measure angle DAC, okay? DAC. Okay, so we're looking for this angle right here in the green. You guys put it in the chat. What is angle DAC? I'm 33 years old. No need to even be in this live with my current career in it, but I enjoy math. Oh, love it, Stephanie. So this is fun. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Lance says 72. Breezy says 72. Hey, Breezy. Tennis says 49. Okay, so remember, opposite angles are congruent because of alternate interior angles. So since we know that this is 72 right here, this also has to be 72 because of alternate interior angles. So that's why this is 72 degrees. Good, Jackie. Yeah, 72. Yes, it is. Once you understand it, right? I think we get so intimidated on being wrong or not being able to find it. But you guys just saw me. It takes that think through. It takes a little help in the chat. We working together. All right, so now I think this is the last one that I have for geometry with the shapes. Rectangle. I am going to do trapezoids, rhombus, squares, and I think trapezoids, kites on another live, okay? So I just wanted to get through parallelograms and introduce rectangles on this one, all right? And then I know a lot of people have been asking me to do trig because a lot of students are in trig right now in geometry. So we're going to do that as well. Dale said, I'm 59 and it feels good to be learning again. Oh, wonderful, Dale. I'm glad you're here with us. Yes, I love this. I struggle as a kid with math, but this is awesome. Good, Jackie. Yes. All right. So tell me what we know about rectangles, you guys. Because let's go through what do we know about rectangles, right? We have to know the properties. Well, spit it out in the chat. I'll read them off. What do we know about rectangles? $90. Lance, let's go. Yes, they do have right angles. Okay, so they're 90 degrees. Every angle is 90. Perfect. Good. We also know, okay, so we know all the interior angles are 90 degrees. Beautiful. Sides are parallel. Perfect. So this side is parallel to this side. And opposite sides are equal and parallel. Yes. So this is congruent. This is congruent to this. Perfect. Do we know anything about the diagonals of a rectangle? Do we know anything about the diagonals? This is where a lot of us forget because it's like, what do the diagonals have to do with? But it has to do with a lot. I want to make sure I'm saying this right. The diagonals of a rectangle, I believe, are congruent. This is where all those theorems come into play. Boop, 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 boom. Yep. So in a rectangle, the diagonals are congruent. So this right here, this is congruent to this. Okay. The diagonals are congruent. So let's start with number one. If measure angle, remember we're talking about an angle here. Okay. So we're looking at E, angle E. So FEG. So we're looking at right here. Just this angle right here is 57. So we're going to put 57 there. So this angle is 57. Okay. Find measure angle GEH. So so let me get my blue pen. G, we're looking, remember this is the letter in the middle matters. GEH. So now we're looking for this angle here. Good. Jen said 90 minus 57. Since we know that all the angles are 90 degrees, we can do 90 minus 57. And then these are called complementary angles, okay, because they both have to add up to 90. So we're going to do 90 minus 57, and we get 33 degrees. So this right here is 33 degrees. Good. Hey, Jit, welcome back. Hi. Hope you're having a good day today. Complementary angles add up to 90 degrees. Yes, always. They always add up, okay? Let's go to number two. angle HGE. Okay, so let's highlight what we're talking about here, right? We're talking about G, so HGE. So we're only talking about this part right here. It's 13. So we're saying this angle is 13. Okay. Find FGE. Find FGE. So we're trying to find this angle right here. So again, since we know that it's a 90-degree angle, we can do 90 minus 13. And that will give us 90 minus, 77. Thank you, Garrett. Garrett said 77. Does anybody disagree with that? Good, 77. Any questions on this one? Any questions? Can everybody double tap the screen for me? Thank you, thank you. We're at 20.2K likes. I love it. Can we try to get to 25? Thank you for the share, Tino. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see those hearts coming in. Thank you. Okay, we don't have any questions. Let's look at number 3. So it says if FK, okay. Remember, we're not talking about no angles no more. So FK is 32 feet. So this is 32. Find EG. So find E to G. Oh, can you please tell me, how did you get this answer? Okay, so we got this answer by saying, okay, the property is in a rectangle. The angles in a rectangle are 90 degrees. So since this is 13 degrees and we know that they are 90 degrees, they have to be complementary. So what that means is 13 plus some number has to add up to 90. So we get that number by doing 90 minus 13. I hope that helps, Z. All right, so another thing, remember we said the diagonals are congruent? So if this is 32, this also has to be 32. And this has to be 32. So if we want to find E to G, we're going to do 32 plus 32. And then we're going to get 64. Remember, I'm not putting a degree on here because we're talking about sides. And we're not talking about angles. Okay. Oh, Garrett! My first galaxy! Thank you, Garrett! I should have screenshotted it. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for the follows, for the double taps. Thank you, Garrett, for my first galaxy. I won't forget it. Thank you. David said, don't forget the FT. Oh, thank you, David. Yes, units are important. So it should say feet. Thank you. All right, let's go to number 4. So it says, find the measure of angle HEF plus the measure of angle EFG. Okay, so we're going to highlight the angle that's important because I feel like a lot of people get confused on that part, on reading these type of angles. It's like, what is it? Like, what is it even asking for, right? But you start at H, and then we're going to go to EF. So we're talking about this entire angle here. So we're doing 33 plus 57, okay? Plus angle EFG. All right, this is where we have to start. How much is this guy? Okay, we need to find out how much angle F is. So, Jit said use 180. All right. Because it's saying EFG, we're trying to find this whole entire angle here. And remember, How much does this whole angle have to be? Can somebody tell me how much does this angle have to be? 90. Yes. So if we put 90 here, oh, Jit was telling us the whole answer is 180. Yes, let's go, Jit. I didn't see it right away. So 33 plus 57, we know has to be 90 as well. So 90 plus 90 is 180 degrees. And because we're talking about an angle, I should have degree on all of these. Okay. I wish I had teachers like you when I went to school. Oh, thank you, Tennis. Thank you, thank you. So our answer is 180 because 90 plus 90 equals 180. All right. Okay, let's do number 5. It says if EF is equal to 4x minus 6. So this, I'm going to highlight it. We're talking about EFs, the side of EF, okay, is 4x minus 6. And then it says HG, okay, I'm going to keep the same color because we know opposite sides are congruent. So we're going to say x plus 3 here. All right. So can you guys put in the chat, how would we set this up? How would we set it up? Thank you for the double taps. Thank you so much. I'm going to join you in double taps as you guys put your answers in the chat. Thank you, Coco, for the follow. So how would we set up that equation? Set both equal to 180. Oh, man. Okay, because remember, are we talking about a side or are we talking about a degree? We got to keep them different. Is this a side or a degree? That's what we have to understand. So, since they are sides and we have congruent sides, yes, we can set them equal to each other. So we can do 4x minus 6 equals x plus 3. Because they are congruent to one another. Opposite sides are equal. So we could set this equation equal to this. And then now this is why it's important to understand algebra. There's so much algebra in geometry. And I feel like when I see like kids that didn't pass algebra, but then they just pass them on to geometry, they struggle so much. I feel like they could have had a higher grade if they would have solidified these algebra skills. Because you know how they say like some people are just better in geometry and then some people are better in algebra? That is true, but some people are just better in geometry and then some people are better in algebra. That is true, but anywhere do minus x, we get 3x minus 6 equals 3. I'm going to move this up over here. So 3x minus 6 equals 3. We're going to add 6. And we get 3x equals 9. Beautiful, Jazzy. Okay. Divide by 3. X equals 3. Now, x equals 3. Is that my answer? That's the question. Is this my answer? Is this grade 10? Is this grade 10 geometry? Because so then I'm cooked next year? No. You are not going to be cooked. You're going to understand it. Oh, thank you, Dale. Dale said, oh, thank you. Good. No, plug it in. Beautiful. So many of my kids would have stopped here. And I'd be like, no, you did all this beautiful work. Don't stop. It asks us to find EF. We have to find EF. So we have to plug it in here. So we're going to do 4 times 3 minus 6. 12 minus 6 equals 6. And EF is equal to 6. That is our answer. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me on a Friday. That's all I have for this lesson. So again, if you want to rewatch this, follow me. Thank you, Garrett. Thank you for the galaxy. Follow me at Impact Math 19, okay? On my YouTube. I'm going to post this on there. Have a wonderful Friday, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.